Hello and welcome in our YouTube channel Metallurgical Facts. So in this video series we are doing metallurgical engineering question practice for GATE metallurgy. So basically we are doing questions for GATE 2021, and in this video series we added seventh part till now, and this is part 8th of this video series. So I hope this all videos will be helpful for revision purpose. So if you did not watch those 7 parts in this video series, go through our playlist GATE metallurgy practice series and watch all those videos. That videos will be beneficial for avoiding silly mistakes during the examination, and also you will get to know how to approach the questions in exam while you will have the pressure in gate exam. Okay, so this video series is basically for gate metallurgy. So now we will see the question. So the first question is patenting process is. So this patenting is basically a metallurgical process which is categorized under heat treatment. Okay, so this is a heat treatment process of wires. I will tell you which kind of wires. Okay, so the options are wire drawing process, coating process for wires, heat treatment for drawn wires, or deep drawing process. Okay, so these wire drawing process and deep drawing process is basically manufacturing processes of this wire and curve shaped products. Okay, but here they are asking about this process. So as I already told you that this is basically a heat treatment process. Okay, so you may have idea. So this B option is also incorrect, that is coating process of wires. So this is not coating process of wires, this is heat treatment of for drawn wires. Okay, so C is correct, but I will tell you few things regarding this patenting process. So this patenting process is basically heat treatment process which is in which steel wire is heated up to 950 degrees centigrade, and then we do the quenching. Okay, so at this stage we get austenite. Somewhat we will get the austenite and then quenched in molten lead. Okay, in molten lead at temperature approximate 550 degrees centigrade. Okay, so this is basically quenching process, and to obtain the fine grain size. So the idea is to get fine grain size for strengthening the wires. Okay, so after the drawn wires we do this patenting process for getting the strength in that wires. Okay, so these patented wires, these type of wires are known as patented wires. So these type of patented wires are basically used in manufacturing of wire rope. Okay, so in a rope way you will see that wire rope is uh, uh, made of this patented wires basically. And also we use the wires in music wires like strings of guitars and all. Okay, and wherever we need the high tensile springs we can use this patented wires only. Okay, so for high tensile springs also this is used. So this is the application of this patented wires, and the correct option for this question is C part. So C is correct. This patenting is basically heat treatment for drawn wires. Okay, so the next question is the matrix process of iron making. A part is uses a shaft furnace, is not a DRI process. C part is uses both CO and H2 for reduction. D part is uses only H2 for reduction. That is hydrogen. This is carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Okay, so this matrix process is basically direct reduced iron process. That is DRI. This is also known as DRI, and this is basically a alternative route of iron making. And in this gate metallurgy in revised syllabus they mentioned this process. Okay, so this process is very important. You may go through any PDF from on internet, so for detailing. Okay, or you will get these processes in any books where alternative route of iron making is mentioned. Okay, so this matrix process is basically uses iron ore, reduces iron ore with the help of natural gases. Okay, so natural gas is basically CH4, that is methane. Okay, so first of all, what happens in this process before reducing reduction process, this CH4 is reformed. Okay, so this CH4 is reformed and this produces CO plus H2, that is hydrogen and carbon monoxide. And these two will go for the further process, that is reduction of this iron ore through the natural gases. Okay, so the first thing is that this matrix process of iron making is a DRI process. So B part is wrong here, that is they have mentioned that is not a DRI process, but this is DRI process. So this option is wrong. So second thing is that this Midrex process basically uses two types of furnace, that is shaft furnace and the other is retort furnace. Okay, so retort kind of furnace or shaft furnace is used. That is also basically counter flow counter flow furnaces. Okay, so this is the point which you should remember for the Midrex process. Okay, so this is basically a overview of this Midrex process, and in this Midrex process we basically use lump ore or pellets. So iron iron in form of lumps or pellets used during this process. So this process is basically gas based process. Okay, this is gas based process because we are using natural gases here in general, but if we will reform these natural gases, so we will get CO and H2. Okay, so we can say that CO and H2 is also used for the reduction purpose, so uses both CO and H2 for reduction. So this is also correct, and A part is uses a shaft furnace. Okay, this A part is also correct because I already told you this process use basically shaft furnaces. Okay, so D part is uses only H2 for reduction. This is wrong because in some routes they use CO and H2 both for the reduction process, because in general we are using this natural gases, but after reforming this will convert into CO and H2, and we use these both for the reduction of iron ore. Okay, so what is the product of this Midrex process? That is direct reduced iron, DRI. Okay, so this is very important question, and this is basically a MSQs type of question. Okay, so this is how they may ask the MSQs from extractive metallurgy part and manufacturing also. So try to practice these type of questions as much as you can. Okay, so A and C is correct answer for this question. The other question is from extractive metallurgy again. So this is the third question. Arrange the following in the correct sequence of operations in an integrated steel plant. So integrated steel plant is basically a steel plant which is starting from the raw material and that produces the products, final products, which is to be used. Okay, so this type of this kind of plant is known as integrated plant, steel plant. That is basically SAIL, BSP, one of the example of this, and there are many others in India also. Okay, so the first so the things are here. So they have given these 4 points, that is basic oxygen furnace, BOF, blast furnace, that is BF, and RH degassing process, reversal Harris's processes. Okay, so this is known as RH degassing, or other one is DH degassing also there. Okay, so this is modified, and the fourth one is ladle furnace process, that is LF. So we need to match the sequences, which one is correct for this given statement. Okay, so which is the correct statement? So first of all, for integrated steel plant we will have a raw material section. Okay, where all the raw material will come, and we will collect all the raw materials here, like iron ore or other 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 iron bearing materials. Okay, limestone, dolomite bearing materials here that will come, and coal and coke will also come in raw material section. Then this will go into the blast furnace section through the conveyor belt. Okay, and through the skips we charge this in blast furnace. That is a separate thing. Okay, but here just I am giving an overview. So this blast furnace, and after this blast furnace, this iron ore reduction process will take place through this coke, and we will get pig iron. Okay, and after that, getting that pig iron, this pig iron will go into the BOF, that will be basic oxygen furnace process, and we'll get the steel here. Okay, and for before the secondary processes, secondary steel making, this steel is put into the held for some time into the ladle furnace for homogenization purpose, for relieving the primary processes. Okay, so this is ladle furnace which is used during this BOF and before secondary processes. Okay, so after this LF process we use the secondary steel making. Okay, we do the secondary steel making processes SSM, that is secondary steel making processes. So in this secondary steel making process is consist of many processes. Okay, but here they have only mentioned the RH degassing. Okay, so this is the sequence that is used for used in the integrated steel plant. Okay, so after that we get the product, or we send this steel for special purposes, because this is this RH degassing is basically used for degassing purpose, degassing of hydrogen and other trapped gases also. Okay, so this is the whole sequence of these processes. So we can write like that: BF, BOF, LF, and RH. Okay, so this is our correct sequence. So the options which are starting other than this blast furnace, that is BF, we can cross those options. So A option is wrong, C option is wrong, because this is a reverse of this process. Okay, so B is BF LF. So this is wrong, because after BF we don't use this LF. After BOF we use LF process for maintaining the steels. Okay, so D part is correct here for this question. So I hope you understood this question very well. Okay, so this is basically a question which comes from previous year, I think 2018 or 19 something. Okay, so you can cross check. So the correct answer is D. So the next question is matching type of question, and this type of questions are my favorite. Okay, so because you may learn many concepts from one question only. Okay, so this is why this kind of questions are very important, and also this is very easy type of questions. You will get 2 marks for all correct answers. Okay, but if you will do wrong, you will get 0.66 negative marks for this type of questions. Okay, so this is group first. Some forces are mentioned here, that is direct compressive, indirect compressive, and tensile shear. Okay, and here some processes are here. Okay, so these are the forming processes basically. So these forming processes are uh, classified according to the applied forces. Okay, so the first thing I have told you, that whenever you are doing matching, please try to write like that: PQRS, and try to find one by one. Okay, so this is direct compressive, so I am writing DC. Okay, so direct compressive is basically force in which force is applied to the surface of the workpiece, and the metal flows at the right angle to the direction of the compressive forces. So that is the process rolling and forging. So this is the example of this direct compressive forces. Okay, direct compressive stresses, you may say. Okay, so the thing is that P we can match by this three. Okay, so this is forging here, and rolling is also another option or another example of this direct compressive forces. So the next thing is I see, that is indirect compressive forces. Means in this process initially the forces are tensile, but after developing after the reactions which developed on the workpiece and the die, that forces convert into the indirect compressive. So the example for these processes are basically wire drawing, tube drawing, tube drawing. Extrusion process are also example of this type of stresses. Okay, so deep drawing. Okay, so these are the four processes, that is wire drawing, tube drawing, extrusion, and deep drawing, which is example of indirect compressive. Next is tensile or tension type. This is also known as tension type or tensile forces. Okay, tensile stresses. So as the name suggests, this is the process in which tensile forces are used on the by using the dies. Okay, so this is the tension type of process. Okay, so the example is stretch forming. So for indirect compressive, for Q we can match here wire drawing. Okay, so Q1. So this is also uh, here. So the next is tensile. So tension type of is stretch forming, that is 4. And the next is shear. So shear is for basically for cutting. Shear shear stress is basically used for cutting, or you may say in other way, that is sheet blanking. Okay, sheet blanking is another option. Okay, so another example. So S we can match through 2. So the code is 3142. So the options which are starting other than 3 we can cross. So B option is wrong, D option is wrong, and here A is 3 4, but we are having 3 1. So this A is also wrong, C is correct. Okay, so this is how we can do the matching type of question in exam. So the next question is NAT type of question. So the question is the minimum tensile strength of a series of differently oriented cadmium single crystal specimen was found to be 1.8 MPa. So this is minimum tensile strength, that is sigma. Okay, so sigma is given here. So 1.8 megapascals here. The critical resolved shear stresses of the material. So we need to find CRSS, that is tau CRSS, critical resolved shear stresses. Okay, so for this type of questions you must have seen this type of diagram in many videos, in many books like DITER. Okay, so this is simple diagram and you may understand the concept also simply. Okay, so this is the material. Okay, and under in this material I am showing the this loading. Okay, so this is our slip plane. Okay, and somehow I'm trying to draw this figure. Okay, so this is normal to the slip plane, this line is normal to the slip plane, and this is basically the slip direction. Okay, so this is slip direction. So there are two angles, that is phi and this is lambda. Okay, so what is these angles basically? So this phi is basically the angle between. So first of all I am talking about this angle, this is phi. So angle between the normal, this n is for normal to the slip plane, normal to the slip plane, and tensile axis. Okay, so this is the tensile axis and this is the tensile axis and this is the normal to the plane. Okay, so the angle between these two is phi, and lambda is basically the angle with the slip direction, angle with the slip direction, which makes with the tensile axis, makes with the tensile axis, we can write like that. Okay, through the figure we can suppose this is the tensile axis, so the angle between the tensile axis and the and the and the normal to the slip plane is known as this phi, and the lambda is the angle between the slip direction and this tensile axis is known as lambda. Okay, so for this question we will move. So what is the formula for tau CRSS? So tau CRSS we can write like that: tau CRSS is equals to P by A, that is force by area or pressure by area, into cos phi into cos lambda. Okay, so these are the two. This is the very important formula. You can remember, you may remember this formula and you may remember this diagram also for avoiding the silly mistakes while finding the angles, while the calculation of these angles. Okay, so here this is very easy question. So this P by A is sigma. So this tau CRSS is equals to sigma cos phi cos lambda, and here in this question they have given this value, that is sigma minimum. Okay, so for sigma minimum, that is 1.8 MPa is given. So if this sigma is minimum, so this should be maximum. Okay, so this shear stress should be maximum, and only the condition where this shear stress may be maximum, that is the condition where this phi and lambda will be equals to 45 degrees. Okay, means this angle will be 45 and this angle will also will 45, then only this tau CRSS will be maximum. So now if we need to find this tau CRSS, so this tau CRSS will be equals to 1.8 multiplied by cos 45 multiplied by cos lambda. Okay, so this is all, this is 45, this is 45 also. So 1.8 multiplied by, so this cos 45 will be 1 by root 2 multiplied by 1 by root 2, means this will comes equal to 0.09, 0.9. Okay, so the answer for this question is 0.9 MPa, that is maximum shear stress, that is critical resolved shear stress at the angle of this phi and lambda is equals to 45. So this is the turning point of this question, because we need to find the maximum shear stresses. It corresponds to this minimum tensile strength, that's why we need to take this phi and lambda that is equals to 45 degree. Yeah. Okay, so if the angle will be phi and lambda will be 0 degree, so there will no slip will occur in this process. Okay, so this is also one condition you should remember, and this is the other condition. So for this question, correct answer is 0.9 MPa. Thank you guys for your attention. Hope you have understood these concept. Hope you have understood these questions, and also we will come with some more questions in our upcoming videos. Please have some patience because I have already many works to do. So in between these works I will try to upload more and more videos as much as I can do before the gate exam. So please try to focus on your studies and try to prepare for gate exam, which is after 1 month. Okay, so thank you, and subscribe our channel and press bell icon for getting notification. Thank you.